Hello, I am Mochikyara. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you are having a great time. Sadly, at the Mochikyara headquarters, we are having some minor technical issues. While waiting for these issues to get resolved, I decided to make a quick process video about this art piece, since I am so happy on the way it came out, and not because it was the only salvageable video on my PC. First, I made a quick sketch on my phone using Ibis Paint. I always start with the head shape and the eyes. On this step, I only want to have a general idea of what I want. I only use the free Ibis Paint brushes because we broke. I use the watercolor pencil for sketching and sometimes the spray paint tool in a small pixel size. But I'm pretty sure any pencil brush is fine. Since my phone is garbage and I can't push it too far or it will explode, I transfer the sketch to my PC and I go over it using Clip Studio Paint, where I clean the sketch as much as I can. To start the coloring process, I add a layer below the sketch and add a deep tone color first. This is just so the skin color I pick is easier to layer. I know this sounds stupid, but it keeps the color true to what I pick. I then add the skin color and the colors inside the mouth and teeth. Now this next segment is called Look Up What You Want to Do Before You Jump Into It. Or just don't do what I did. When I was planning to draw this piece, I knew I wanted a hard light source and the usage of soft blue tones to represent the mood of the art. The only example I could find is this illustration by the artist Rella. Sadly, my dumbass found this too late, and instead of looking up an art tutorial of a similar piece, I thought it was a good idea to just add blue directly over the skin color. This almost made me give up on this drawing, because I felt that I couldn't make my vision come true. So I left the face alone and focused on just adding the base colors on the rest of the drawing. Many people recommend to just add the base colors before you start the details, but I know some artists like rendering things as they go. It is up to whatever works for you as an artist. The next day I got rid of the blue paint on the face by layering a lighter skin tone and worked on the nose shadow. At this point, I already decided where the light source will be coming from. I also went over the eyes and mouth just so I can reshape them. Next was adding the background color and cleaning the base colors as much as possible. For the background, I just wanted a light blue color. I used the gradient tool on Clip Studio Paint with the midday sky setting and used it from the top corner to the bottom corner. Then I added some highlight based on where I think the light source is hitting the face and clothes. For the shirt, I didn't want to draw super imposing hibiscus flowers, so I just made some loose shapes and lower the opacity on them. This way they don't grab too much attention.
You're autistic.
For the shading, I added a top layer, and with the wand tool, I selected the character's figure. Then I added the shading color with the bucket tool. Then I erased the parts where the light source hits, and changed the shade of blue in the shadow to make it softer.
What does it mean?
Personally, I am not a big fan of the airbrush look, so with the same shade of blue, I added some hard shadows. It is very subtle on first look, but I also outlined the hard shadows in the face with orange. For the lighting, I just painted the side of the hair with a hard light, then I lowered the opacity and highlighted the rest of the face. I also used the eraser to bring back some of the hair layers, so it doesn't look flat. And lastly, I added some highlights to the clothes. I decided to make a brighter light source, so I added it with the gradient tool in white. And I also used the eraser to keep the shadows and the lines in the face. I wanted to make the shadows a warmer color to crash a little bit with all the blue, so added a new layer, selected some of the shadows, and filled them up with an orange color. Then I lowered the opacity. Lastly, I cleaned up the colors one last time, and went over the lines in the mouth, nose, and eyelashes so they stand out. And voila! We are done. Thank you guys for watching this unnecessary tutorial. Did I make this tutorial to protect myself from tracing allegations? And for clout?
Absolutely.
But I'll be really happy if you guys learned anything from this. By the time I upload this, it will probably be Christmas, so Merry Christmas everyone. Also, my computer should be working, so I might be able to start drawing again. If that's the case, I sometimes stream my art on the purple app at Mochikyara, so I would appreciate if you guys give it a look. Again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.